Hello, mixtresses and mixters. This is Mixtress Ray, and you're watching Mixtress Video. Today, I know you can't tell from this, so let's just go ahead and this is what I keep my Star Power Tarot and my Moon Power Tarot in. So let's see, I guess this is the edge of the video here, so I don't have this entirely centered now, do I? Let's just move the tripod a little bit. I want to get the moth centered. Forgive me while I do my obsessive. I mean, I don't know. It's not perfect. That's okay. It's close. Let's see. Sorry, I'm kind of going off the cuff today because I started my period today and I'm just kind of like blah in general. But I really wanted to make a video because this is like my last opportunity to make a video before, for like the next 2 weeks. Sorry, I need to trim the wick of my candle. That's what I'm doing right now. So, this is I have both of Charlie Quintero's decks now from sixsadgirls.com. Getting a call. I need to put my phone on airplane mode right now. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm very disorganized, as you can see, but I know that you guys will forgive me. There we go. Now we have a candle. So I wanted to do this because, well, primarily because this, there is one other video of the Star Power Tarot. I'm going to keep my cute little bags out here because I think they're perfect for these decks. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's going to be too distracting to have these cheesy patterned backgrounds. So I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of Star Power and Moon Power from sixsadgirls.com. I love both of these decks. I've had this Moon Power deck right here on the right, which was her first tarot deck. I've had it for almost a year now. I got it back in January. Anyway, so today is just, it's one of those days, guys. It's one of those days. I know y'all are feeling it too, just like the whatever astrology is going on right now. I know we're having a full moon in Gemini on the 12th of December. Yeah, we're in it right now. It's the end of a decade. It's the end of the year. It's, you know, we're going through a lot of stuff right now. I don't know about you guys, but I have been on a constant warpath with my things. Like, I've been clearing out so much stuff in the past couple of months, and it's just reaching like a feverish pitch where I feel like I need to get rid of every possible thing that I don't want anymore before 2020. And it's become like frenzied, basically. So I just wanted to put this out there. There is already a comparison on YouTube of these two decks, but I wanted to do I just wanted to do my own. So let's do it. I might have to trim this wick a little bit more too, because this candle is crazy right now. So these are by the same artist. And also what I'm going to do, both of these are the same cardstock, and it's really good cardstock in my opinion. Like, it's slightly glossy, it's kind of thin if you're not into that kind of thing, but I think it's really good. It's held up really well. Moon Power is edged in this shimmery gold, and it's a really durable gold. Like, it's faded a little bit on like the corners, but it doesn't chip. I mean, I've had it for almost a year and it hasn't chipped. And then Star Power is edged in a really similar finish, but it's silver. And it has chipped a little bit, so I feel like it's a little less of like the perfect quality of the edging on the Moon Power deck. But hey, it's silver. I prefer silver to gold, so it's fine. So what I'm going to do today, not only am I going to show you the comparison between every card in each of these decks, both from the same artist. Again, this one's Moon Power and this one is Star Power. But because these cards are the exact same size and the same kind of cardstock, same finish on the cards, I am going to pick my favorite of each card and make one deck of all of my favorites. Because I think it could work. I mean, it's by the same artist. They are totally different feels. Like this deck is extremely colorful and very overstimulating, and there's a lot going on in every card, and this deck is much more calm and simple overall. I still think it'll be fun. I'm not going to do it forever, but I'm going to use this deck as a combined deck. I tried to like just put them both together so I'd have two of each card, but it was way too thick to shuffle. So I'm just going to do this right now on camera with you guys. We're going to decide together which one is my favorite. And keep in mind, like I am up to 19 decks now, 19 tarot decks. That's all I have. So this is 2 out of 19. So I obviously, like even though I'm picking my favorite from each deck, I don't have a ton of decks, you know, so this artist's work is actually really important to me, and I love both of these decks. I was actually really surprised by this one because when I first saw it, I thought, oh, well, I mean, it's so colorful, and I just thought, oh man, I don't know, this might be a little too overstimulating for me, but it's really surprisingly beautiful. There's so much going on in each one of these cards, and it's beautiful. I love both of these decks so much. Like this one's on my top 10. This one I just got, so I don't know where I would necessarily, I'm not ready to rank it yet because I've only had it for a couple of weeks, but I think it's going to be a pretty important deck to me too. So let's go ahead and get into it. I like this one better. I'm going to be partial to Moon Power simply because I'm more used to it. So this is the one I'm gonna set aside. This one, the green that's in her hair, I actually put that in there with Sharpie. So if you buy this deck, her hair will just be blonde. I think I like this Magician better. I don't know, I love both of these, but this one I really like. And then at the end, I'll shuffle together my new Franken deck, and we'll pull some cards from it. I love both of these, but you can definitely see that going through the Star Power deck that she made. I'm not sure when she first put out Moon Power. I mean, I just got it this year, like I said, but I would assume that she made this deck within the last couple of years, and she started this deck shortly after I bought that deck, and it was just so fast. Like she made this deck in just like a few months, had the Kickstarter up, and then it shipped out to everybody by the end of the year, you know? So she is a crazy prolific artist. If you look at her Etsy, it's like she has everything. It's insane. But I mean, what I was going to say is, like, you can definitely see the progression of her art. So I think this one is a little bit better. I told you I was going to be partial to Moon Power, and so far I've picked 3 Star Power cards. I like both of these. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go with that one. These both have the same vibe of being just like a coven of women being the Hierophant, which I like. I think this one's just a little simpler, easier to understand. So I'm going to take that one. As far as other comparisons, the format of Star Power I like a little bit better. I like that it's got this funky little stitched pseudo border here, but essentially it's borderless. I like the font in Star Power better because it looks more like, it just looks more like the artist's style, whereas this font is very simple. I love this Lover's card. It's so fucking weird. That's the thing that is so great about this, about Charlie Quintero, I think. I might be saying that wrong. I'm sorry, but nothing is cooler. This is like my favorite Chariot card of all of my decks. The fact that she's riding a fucking rat, just, I live for it. So I still like this one, but it's gotta be the Riding the Rat. Riding the Rat is the way to go. I think I have to go with this one because of, I like the like Star Trek Dorothy and Toto vibe we've got going here, and the fact that this is like a Sasquatchian B-movie sea monster beast. Whereas I like this card, but she just sort of looks bored. She doesn't look bored to me, so we're gonna go with this. I'm just so in love with this Hermit card that like nothing can compare to it, honestly. I love both of these Wheel of Fortune cards, but I really like the sort of like she's got these like bat dragon demon wings, and she has a tattoo, and she's a card slinger. So like this just has a lot more symbolism that I can work with that I enjoy. So I'm gonna pick this one as my favorite. I love any Justice card that has a nod to Ma'at with the weighing the heart against the feather. But I also like this card. But I think I'm going to go with this one. Oh, this card has been like my stalker card in this particular deck. It just keeps coming and keeps coming. And I really like, I don't even read with reversals, but I like when there's a reversal baked into a card. So it's like this Hanged Man is the same either way. So I really like this card. I like that this one is just like straight up Rider-Waite-Smith. I like this one too though, but I think this one wins out for me, just symbolism wise. This is going to be hard. This is my other stalker card in the Star Power deck, is this Temperance card. These both have the same vibe to me. And I love them both. This is why I'm not going to combine these decks permanently. Like, I'm still going to use them separately, but I'm just going to combine them for now. Because I could never give up either of these Temperance cards. But I think this one is winning out for me just right now. I'm not really into either of these Devil cards, honestly. But I think I'll go with this one. This one's really cool because, like, at first I thought, okay, so it's sort of a weird abstract representation of a tower card. But if you look way up here, do you see it? There's a tiny little tower at the very top of this whole, like, landscape of fissures, and it's like a quilt of disaster. So I really like how, like, whatever you're feeling, that's what you're feeling. It may feel huge, but what you're feeling is actually this tiny thing with all this foundation of other stuff that you have to draw from. So I really like that. I mean, this kind of has that same vibe, but it's more of a close-up. So it's making me see this card differently now, which I love. I definitely prefer this one. I like this one a lot, but it just looks too much like movie star vibes to me. I like both of these, but I'm going to go with this one because I love this moon right here. Very goth. I like both of these, but I am in love with the sun card. I think these two, the sun and this moon, definitely look like they're siblings. This is cool because it's like, it took me a second to really understand what was going on here. But like she's answering her calling in life by being hyper connected and being a hacker and just like doing all the things at once. And that is her, and she's holding a mirror up to herself at the same time. So she's not getting lost in technology. She is fully utilizing it as a tool. And that's something that we all need to answer the call for, because so many of us are getting lost in technology. I know I am. I don't know. That's my interpretation of it. So that one's going to be my favorite there. This one I love so much. She's holding up like a shard of galaxy and looking through the portal into the next phase. That's beautiful. I'm always going to be partial to this because I also have a heart tattoo in the same spot on my right arm. So I feel seen in that card, so I have to pick that one. These have similar vibes, but I think this one shows a progression of her art. I just think that I don't know if that's a printing problem or if that's just a mole on her face or something. I don't know, but I love that card. I really like this. It took me a while to understand this card, but I think I get it. It's like she's tripping on the portal to go into the next phase. Like, I've always thought of Three of Wands as being kind of a portal, kind of a gateway. And this has the same vibe, it's just expressed in a different way. But I think because this one has become, again, sometimes I'm going to be partial to Moon Power simply because I've had this deck for almost a year. I like that she's in an arcade or something. That is her celebration. She's in a disco arcade. And she might be tripping also. So I like that one. These both have a similar vibe, but this one I just love the simplicity here. I think this one expresses to me more Six of Wands than that one does. Of course, you can just watch, I mean, obviously you know that. You could just watch this video on mute if you don't want to hear my commentary, just so you can look at these two decks side by side because they're gorgeous. I mean, I think you should just get both of them. This card makes me so happy. I just love everything about it. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck, so it has to go as my favorite. I like that both of these are ballerina vibes. But I think I'm going to go with this one. I like that the Star Power deck has the titles at the bottom because this particular artist tends to, she's very expressive and she puts a lot into her cards. So sometimes with these, I mean, this one's very obvious that it's wands, but sometimes, you know, like, you really have to look Like, I would forget that this is Eight of Wands. Before I really got used to these cards, I would forget that this is Eight of Wands, and I'd have to really look closely. Oh yeah, there's Wands at the bottom. Okay, that's Eight of Wands then. Love this card. I'm gonna go with that one. This one always kind of confused me. Like, why is she falling over? And Nine of Wands is a good vibe. I like this, just this idea that, like, you're so overwhelmed that, like, your face is just lifting off of your body. You know that feeling whenever you're, like, really tired, like you should have gone to bed hours ago, but you're still up and it feels like your skin is crawling? You know that feeling? This kind of reminds me of that. So this is an interesting interpretation of Ten of Wands, and I really like it. So that one wins for me. I like both of these Page of Wands, but the fact that this is like a pink raven or crow, I'm just so into. Like, I'm just so into it. So this one wins for me. Very similar vibes with these two cards. But I'm not sure what says Wands about this card. And again, I haven't had this deck very long, so I maybe just need to sit with this particular. I mean, I love the image, but I just don't know what about it says Knight of Wands. I mean, I guess she's shooting little magic wands out of her gun, so yeah, okay, I get it. I don't know. I think I like both of these completely the same. So I'm going to go with this one. I love this Queen of Wands because she's so witchy. So I'm going to go with her. Billie Eilish. Good old William Eyelash as the King of Wands. I do like her slightly better, so she wins. One thing I really love about Moon Power is that all of the ace cards, they're, with the exception of the Ace of Pentacles, they're all pretty much just alien nighttime versions of Rider-Waite-Smith. But this has a little Enterprise, and I am a Star Trek girl. The fact that there's a little Enterprise on a card means, yep, I'm picking that one. I like the vibe. I like anytime you get a Two of Cups card that says self-love to me, and both of these kind of do. I like that vibe. Just depends, which one do I like better? I mean, these girls are vampire witches, so I think I like them a little bit better. I mean, anytime there's a Three of Cups with mermaids, it's automatically makes me happy. I like there are cats in this one, and I think it's an interesting choice that there are men in this card. However, I feel like, I mean, I get that the three cats are really the three energy that we're looking at here, but to me, it's a distraction to see two men on a Three of Cups. Like, okay, if you make the choice that there's men, there could be three, but I think this is like the only men in this entire deck. But anyway, that's just my own personal bullshit, but I pick the mermaids. I love both of these. I love them so much. But this one, my Michael one day said, "Oh my god, that's you. You're in the Four of Cups." And I was like, "Oh my god, thank you. She's so pretty. I hope I look like her." So because it reminds me that someone thinks I look that pretty, I have to go with that one. It's just a personal bias, but I love this one too. God damn, I love both of these cards so much. This is another reason, like, I could never give up either of these decks, so I'm not going to keep them combined forever. But for now, I am really drawn to this card, so I'm going to use that one as my favorite. I love this card. This is, because I think of the Six of Cups as, it's really become a card of reminding me who I am, because I figured out who I was pretty early on as a teenager, and this person actually reminds me of a character that I used to draw that I named Coma White after a Marilyn Manson song. So this actually reminds me of a character that I used to draw whenever I was a teenager. And so this is the perfect vibe for me because it reminds me of who I am, you know, kind of. Anyway, so that's a personal thing. Another reason why I like Charlie Quintero's art so much is because of that. That sort of, her art reminds me of art that back whenever I drew, I made art like that. Neither of these Eight of Cups are really telling me the Eight of Cups thing that I need to see in an Eight of Cups card, but I think I like this one a little bit better. Oh my god, this one's gonna be a hard choice. I love both of these Nine of Cups so much, and I feel like they're the same person. This is just this person a few years later, you know? I think. So I feel like she's sort of ascended by the time she's here, but I love her so much. Again, I can never give up either of these decks, but I'm going to pick that one for now. And this, oh my god. The artist is selling like a comforter, a woven like blanket from this card on her site right now, and it's way, I mean, I won't be able to afford it like anytime soon or ever, but I love it so much. I wish I could have it because I love this card. This Page of Cups is pretty much the way that I see the Page of Cups. Just projecting rainbows and light and creativity from your cup. So I love it. I also love to see a unicorn in a Knight of Cups card. So I really like this Knight of Cups a lot. But this one has, oh god, one day I just like, a lot of these cards you can just spend so much time looking. Like there's Marilyn Manson in the background there. There's just all kinds of stuff going on. I love it. I love both of these Queen of Cups, but this one makes me incredibly happy. I love that she's drinking from like a galaxy milk carton or something, so I'm going to go with this King. I'll try to go a little bit faster through this since I'm already almost 30 minutes in. Sorry, guys. I like both of these, but this one is just giving me all the Six Sad Girls vibes, so I gotta go with it. Don't you just want to watch Daria every time you use one of her decks? Watch Daria and Hitchhiker's Guide, and read Hitchhiker's Guide at the same time that you're watching Daria. And this one's hard because I think I have to choose this one just because the Two of Swords is such an important card to me in the Rider-Waite-Smith, and the fact that this is basically a dupe of that at night with an alien, I gotta go with it. I love both of these Three of Swords. They both have the right vibe to me. But this one has a little bit more to work with, so I'm going to go with that one. This one. I've really come to think of this card a lot whenever I think about the Five of Swords in general. Just the fact that the swords are sticking in her own head like she put them there, you know? All the bondage that she has in her life, she did to herself. So that makes sense to me. I love both of these, like taking my pet snake on a journey and also taking my pet cat on a journey over water. But this one is just like, you can see just from both of these cards, like her art has gotten so much more. She's just come a long way, which doesn't make this deck bad at all, but same vibe, but I prefer this one. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite cards in the whole deck. Right here. In the whole Moon Power deck, so I have to pick this one. I love this so much. This is not really necessarily how I always see the Nine of Swords, but I love it. Both of these Ten of Swords are everything. I love that, like, she's still kind of on her feet. Like, she's still dragging herself through. So or she's like getting up. She might be getting up. Whereas she kind of looks like she's still in the process of falling. I love both of them, but this one I've just loved for longer, so I'm gonna choose that one. I like the idea of playing a theremin as being the Page of Swords. I just really like that, so we're gonna go with that. And anytime you can have rainbow vibes in a page card, I think that makes sense. Knight of Swords. I don't really, it's a personal trigger for me anytime I see a gun. I don't hate it in this card, but I think I'll choose this one. Oh, I love both of these Queen of Swords. And I also like that she really gives me a fire energy, because I personally, like, I'm a Libra, but I have, my moon is in Aries. So I have a lot of, like, sometimes I can't decide, am I the Queen of Swords or am I the Queen of Wands? I just don't know, which am I? And this one kind of gives me both. It gives me the fire energy and it gives me the swords energy. So I really like this one a lot, though. This is much more Libra and Queen of Swords. So, oh, it's hard to decide, but I think I'm going to go with this one. I like this one. One cool thing, both the time, whenever I've only made 2 orders from this artist, and the time that I got this deck and the time that I got this deck. And both times she sent like 3 or 4 stickers. She sent like a mini zine with the Star Power Tarot, like a coloring book mini zine. And that's just, I think that's so cool. I love that whenever you buy like a deck from somebody on Etsy and they just send you a bunch of stickers and stuff. And like, I put them everywhere. Like, I have them up on the walls, on my window frame, like, and one of the stickers was this King of Swords card. So I'm going to choose him. Both of these are good. I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to have to do a little bit more, like, I didn't pull this card the week that I used this deck for a week straight for all of my readings, and I didn't get the Two of Pentacles at any point. So I need to do a little bit more, like, studying this card to see how it makes sense to me as a as a Two of Pentacles, but this one does make sense to me. Both of these are good, but I think I like this one a little better. Both of these Four of Pentacles are awesome, but this one is just, I love how simple it is. How it's just like, she is protecting her pentacles within herself. I like that. This is my card of the month, Five of Pentacles. So I've spent quite a bit of time, because I always put like my card of the month in like a little card holder for whatever deck I'm using that week, from whatever deck I'm using that week. So I've spent some time staring at this card in the last week. exploring my relationship to scarcity and lack at the end of the year. The way that I'm dealing with it is I'm getting rid of a shit ton of stuff. I love this Six of Pentacles. Like, I've talked about it a lot before. This is probably my favorite Six of Pentacles card ever, because I really like that she's holding within her the same amount that she's projecting out. I really like that. She kind of looks like Divina de Campo to me, a little bit. Keeping that one. I mean, keeping them both, but you know what I'm saying. I love this. That, like, she's playing the guitar, and she's a photographer, and she's also got scissors and pentacles and paintbrushes and yarn and knitting needles and whatever that is, some kind of wand or something, or maybe it's a vibrator, I don't know. I like that a lot. I think the Eight of Pentacles is kind of a chaos card, and this one's nice because it's like progress, getting through a book. I like that too. I used to not like this card, but I just really like got it one day, so it wins for me. I like this one a lot too, though. This to me looks like a baby Olivia Wilde or something. I like both of these a lot. It's hard to pick. I'll go ahead and pick this one just because it's newer to me and my eye is drawn to it a little bit more right now. I like both of these. I think I'll go with this one. Hands off my tuts. Both of these kind of confuse me as a Knight of Pentacles. You know, I forget that this isn't the Knight of Swords at first because you see the sword. But, so I'll go with this one for that reason. I just love how witchy she is. So I'm going to go with this one. I like both of these. I feel like this is also the same person. You know, the same person depicted almost. Just at a different time in her life. Like she's a little older here. So I'm gonna pick that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and set aside the ones that we didn't pick right now. And these are the ones that we did. So try to shuffle around the tripod. So that's what it looks like all mixed up. Well, I mean, it's in order right now. So let's shuffle it. This is our Franken deck. This is, in my opinion, kind of the perfect, almost the perfect cardstock. I like a cardstock that I can ruffle shuffle really easily, and I can with these. Oh, I didn't show you guys the boxes. Of course, you can look up any other unboxings of either of these. I don't have either of them with me right now, but they're both, they come in just like pretty standard, like a 2-part box, which is perfectly fine. I just like to keep them in these little bags. Okay. Just gonna pick a couple of cards here. Okay, let's do a little baby reading with this. If you would like to achieve perfect, harmonious, everything is going right, celebrate the end of the year, wonderful family, awesomeness, vibes, 10 of Cups, if you would like to achieve that, you're going to have to like really embrace how quickly it feels like the changes are coming. So really like surrender yourself to it. try to keep that Page of Cups vibe where, like, whatever you're feeling, let yourself feel it. Like, try not to filter your feelings too much. Just like tell people how you feel, project how you feel and how you dress and how you act and what you say to other people. Just let your emotions be exactly as they are and embrace the ride because it's going quickly. We're almost there. We're almost in a whole new decade. We're almost in a whole new year, and it's all happening whether you want it to or not. And if you can embrace those changes and sort of let yourself feel what you're really feeling, then you can feel that beautiful Ten of Cups energy. So that's what I get from that. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.